2 episodes to go, which means 2 promo trailers to break down, but we have to start with the penultimate one and become Dream. I found them. Let's go. Let's dive in. The ones who live. The ones who promo the trailer.
Yes, the ones who live. Everything seems to be in pairs in this series. Everything comes in twos. We have 2 episodes left. We have 2 main characters. Rick has 2 children. He doesn't have 2 hands, though. And we found out last episode that he's not able to drive. Could that come back to haunt Rick? What if he needs to make a getaway from the walkers and, he can't move the gear shift? How's that going to work?
I don't get why he can't drive, though, because the hand looks like he can pretty much do everything else.
Well, I mean, in Northern Ireland, there's this, social media person who's got, a really small hand with messed up little fingers, and they drive.
Yeah,
and they just, push their stump onto the gear stick.
But I don't know.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about social media influencers. We're here to talk about Rick Grimes, because he is influencing us to watch this show. We're back with our love for The Walking Dead, and it's all thanks to Andrew Lincoln. We know a couple of guys called Andrew, and they're not good guys, but Rick Grimes certainly is a good guy.
Aye. Rick Grimes, best Andrew in the business.
Yeah, last episode he talked about Coral. I wonder if we're going to get Coral in this episode. Let's go, let's break it down. As always, we will go through the 30-second trailer. We'll stop it in parts, we'll give our opinions, and then, we'll sum up the trailer and give a few predictions. With that said, let's go.
You found your moment.
Is this one?
You tell me.
There you go, so Rick found his moment. So it looks like Rick, he's ditched the CRM clothing. He's officially gave up in the CRM. I guess doesn't care about Pearl or anything like that, or Okafor's dream. All that stuff is completely went out the window. Jadis potentially tracking him down back to Alexandria. All the fear about the CRM eliminating his family and everybody that he knows and everyone he's connected with. That all seems to be gone, just based to the heart-to-heart that they had in the last episode. So, yeah, it's a bit lame to me how Rick talked it up for 3 episodes about how you cannot leave, and that Rick spent, 8 years trying to find a way out of the CRM, and then all of a sudden, Michonne shows up, and Rick now decides that, wait, I can leave? It is possible?
It's possible, damn it. No, it is pathetic for Rick, but again, I wouldn't be surprised when I see Pearl again.
Now, he cuts his hand off. We're led to believe that that's how desperate he was. But in the end, all it took was a few words from Michonne to guilt trip him into leaving.
Well, it was quite more than a few words. It was like a 5,000-word essay.
Alright, a 5,000-word essay and a few dreams.
Carl.
And a reveal that he's got a brown son.
Well, is it his?
Well, that's the question. I mean, we know Judith ain't.
No, I've actually never even seen this kid.
RJ, Rick, what's the juniors? Is it Rick Jr.?
Nice.
RJ. There you go. Anyway, let's move on.
There's Jadis following them.
My issue is, why is Jadis being built up as this, fucking Terminator-like character? I just don't get it. Why is Rick bottling the fact that Jadis could potentially be coming after him? Shouldn't Rick just be able to eliminate Jadis like a background character?
Yeah, I don't get it. It's pathetic.
Should Rick getting rid of Jadis be getting rid of a Joby when you just flush the toilet and it disappears?
No, it should be, but it's one thing having leverage over Rick. You don't have leverage on him out here.
No, you don't.
We've seen Rick fight. I know he loses most of his fights, but come on. We've seen him chasing Negan down and fist fights with the governor, but we're supposed to believe fucking Jadis is going to take him out.
Is he still going to have fist fights, do you think?
Well, he could have one fist, but no, but look, it's 2-on-1 as well. It's not just Jadis. It's Jadis against Michonne and Rick.
Yeah, so I'm not convinced that Jadis
Walker's
is this...
got stone on it. Stone.
I'm not convinced that Jadis is this, badass, but, whatever. We'll see what happens.
It seems like stone. All that I've done.
Alright, so we see Michonne hit the walker. She says it's got stone on it. Probably just, I don't know, what do you think it is?
I don't know what it is.
Like a hardened shell? It's probably just
been
moss
stuck
or
in
something.
The ground or something. It's just grew on it like fungus or something. I don't
know. Do you think this show's taking anything from The Last of Us, with special infected and stuff like that? I think The Walking Dead in general is heading in that direction, because we'd never really seen special infected until these spin-offs, and then you had that, spider, that monster boss in the King Walker in Dead City, and then in the Daryl Dixon one, we had the acid ones, and we also had the ones at the very end that could, I think they could like regrow limbs and shit, I believe, and then we've got ones in this that appear to be made out of stone. So.
But see, I think that's ridiculous. So it's like, where's that in the original show? Like, why do we'll whip them out for the spin-offs?
It just feels too forced for me. We get 11 seasons of normal, slow, boring ass, unintelligent walkers. Then all of a sudden, we get the 3 new spin-offs, and randomly, we just get super walkers. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, I get it though. After
years, yes, I think they could evolve, but I mean, it was years in the original show anyway, so don't really get what we're going for here, if I'm being honest.
Yep, but let's move on. It seems here we've got Rick and Michonne in a building with clothes or something like that.
Tiles.
Someone's doing their washing.
Jada's following them.
Laundry day.
Has been for us, but now I see.
So we just seen Rick there club somebody in the back there.
Probably Jadis.
Nice wee elbow. It certainly wasn't Jadis. It was some guy wearing a checkered shirt who looked a bit overweight. So.
Well, yeah, Jadis has got many identities these days.
He didn't have a shite haircut.
Fair enough.
Are you watching the same screen I'm watching?
Well, he could be with
this
Jadis.
Black screen of death.
He could be with Jadis though.
It could be, but he wasn't wearing CRM clothing.
I don't know. I just feel like Rick's lost a bit of his invincibility. I actually feel like Rick could die.
The guy wasn't wearing CRM clothing. You have any thoughts on that? Could it just be some randomer? And again, Rick didn't kill him. Maybe if he was going to... If he was a CRM guy, would Rick not kill him?
Well, he might, but again, pretty weird to see people that aren't CRM even out there.
We haven't been introduced to any non-CRM characters, so I mean...
Apart from Big Dat.
This can't end with us going home.
Alright, and then finally, Michonne says this cannot end with us going home, even though she spent the entire episode 4 begging Rick to go home, and parts of 2 and 3 as well. So, yeah, that is it for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Michonne says it cannot end with us going home. What does she mean by that? Are they cornered? Are they outnumbered? Are they unable to escape? Has Michonne realised maybe that Rick was right all along and it's not just as simple as packing your bags and walking back to Alexandria? We don't know. Could we see some sort of sacrifice? Can only one of them make it home? Can only one of them make it out? Can only one of them be the one that lives? Right now, we don't know. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I mean, say this is the last season, the only season, and this
I
is
would say, yeah, last season's a bit of a stretch, like the first and only.
Yeah, but say this is the case, right? There's a real possibility this is the second last episode of Rick Grimes.
Or Michonne.
And it's like, does that promo really suggest it? Does it really seem like Endgame to you? Does it seem like the walls are closing in? It doesn't.
Seems like filler to me.
Nah, yeah, it does. So, the more we watch this season,
seems like you could spread that on a sandwich.
No,
it's
but
a
yeah,
filler sandwich.
The more we watch this,
sandwich filler,
a nothing burger. The more we watch this and like promos and the episodes, I just don't get a feeling that it's going to be over this season.
Yeah, for me, the show started strong, and it looks like it's slowing down in typical Walking Dead fashion. Now, I think if it was only going to be one season, you wouldn't really notice a slowdown, or you would just be like a constant speed, a constant, amount of action, a constant amount of stuff happening. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It seemed to start off strong, and now it seems to be slowly fading. Like episode 4, I mean, yeah, not a lot happened. It was a Rick and Michonne solo episode. This episode, again, it just looks like it's Rick and Michonne making their way back to Alexandria. We possibly have Jadis, but there's no real footage of her. Potentially just a shot for the back and maybe her in a vehicle chasing Rick and Michonne down. We do not see Beale. We do not see Pearl. Surely if this was only going to be one season and Beale is the major antagonist, I mean, would he not be in it more?
He should be.
If he is this major antagonist, then I would feel, from what we've seen already, then it has to go to a season 2, because they've just not built him up well enough for him to be the final boss by episode 6.
No, you're right. again, we already know Rick and Michonne. I'd rather them show Rick the most than anyone else. Of course, it's Rick Grimes. But it's almost like they have to focus that much on Michonne as well. It's took away from everyone else on the show. I mean, episode 2 was pretty much a Michonne episode.
Yeah, it was.
Which, you know, you could have dedicated it to Beale. I'd rather seen a bit of Beale backstory.
I mean, you don't even need to give Beale full episodes, but just give him a few more scenes.
Yeah, it's like seeing Michonne, right, and seeing that she got some friends
that died straight away. It was like, what
yeah,
is that?
Like she was with that guy for a year, recovering for the one thing. It's like, what?
The Walking Dead in time skips are they're not good at time skips.
No.
I mean, Michonne was with Nat for a year, but pretty much when he died, she moved on 2 seconds later.
Yep. You got treated like... Yeah, but when you watched it, I thought, right, it looks like this took a couple of months to regroup from. Not a year. A year's insane.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's...
No, but you see, to actually put it in perspective, though, see a year. Look how much of, like, Walking Dead timelines are actually crammed into a year, or less than a year. Like, seasons.
I mean, the first 2 seasons, I think, spread about, 70 days?
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to bet from when the prison explodes up until, like, they run into the Saviors. I'm pretty sure that's within a year. And look how much is in that.
Yeah, so, just goes to show, guys, that they don't do a good job of time skips. You can literally get so much content within a year, and then they'll randomly just skip a year. Even in episode 4, it was revealed that Rick's been missing for over 8 years. That just doesn't seem right. Michonne seemed like she went out to try and find Rick. I don't know how long after, but it's like she's been away from her kids a long time as well. It's like, I don't know. Would you really wait 6 years and then be like, I'm going to go out and find Rick? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and then, like, where is Daryl in this? Where is Maggie and Negan? Like, where is it ever going to add up? See these, like, see timelines like this. I think it's great. I think it adds like a different development to the show, right? A bit of backstory as well. But when it's not clear, it has the opposite effect for me. It's like, well, what the fuck's going on?
Now, Michonne did say that her and Daryl both went out looking for Rick after the bridge, and then obviously she got pregnant and she stopped. Like, she didn't really explain why Daryl stopped looking for Rick. I mean, Daryl seems like the type of character that would tell Michonne, you can't leave your kids, I'll go out and I'll find them.
Yeah.
But it seems like everyone is just, sat back while Michonne's left her kids behind to go and find Rick, so I don't get it. Anyway, guys, Rick, he found Carl and Laurie, and then he said, I found them on the bridge, now I guess it came full circle, and Michonne's the one that found Rick, so yeah, it just feels like Rick is the guy that needs found, Rick is the guy that needs saved. Rick may be the main character here, but he is the weaker character. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
They've written Michonne as the superior character, the fighter, the saviour. I know it's a male-female relationship, but they're almost writing Michonne as the male character. And Rick is the sissy, little feminine bitch crying character. But I mean, it is what it is. It's 2024. Walking Dead is woke. I'm not going to deny it, unlike Trev's Chan too. So yeah, there you go, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. 2 episodes to go. And beginning to, I don't know, I mean, depending on how episode 5 goes, I could see me quickly losing interest in this finale.
Yep. And that is a problem because I think it started quite strong.
Aye, so we'll catch you for episode 5. Of course, there'll be some theory fids coming this week. We're going to try and dissect episode 4 and, make a few fids on it, but in all honesty, there's not that much to talk about, but I'm sure we'll find something. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, though, peace.